Well, it's a quarter past the hour of 1. It's Friday, the 9th, and February 2024. And it's time for the Ring. And the 10th, a warm welcome to Desert Radio as I bring you yet another edition of The Ring, in which we discuss topical sports issues with football administrators, athletes, coaches, and sports critics. Now, in the discussion today, I am pleased to welcome in the studio the first Vice President of the Namibia Volleyball Federation, Madam Lina Mathews, and the second Vice President, Mr. Tobias Mwatelulo. Gentlemen and lady, welcome to Desert Radio.
Thank you so much, Big John.
Lina, don't be afraid of the mic.
No, not at all. Thank you so much for having us.
All right. Now, the NVF, that is the Namibia Volleyball Federation, is one of the 50-plus sport codes affiliated to the Namibia Sports Commission. And today, after many years of no official National Volleyball League sponsor since its establishment in 1990, let's get to what were and still are the problems faced by the NVF leadership in growing this sport so that the Namibian girl and boy child can freely take part in the sports.
Yeah, as you know, like you said, it has been coming from many years, and actually it's before independence.
Before independence, yes. I know, I've noticed that, but then I say, well, that was, we forget that era.
Yeah. So literally the previous leadership that were actually leading volleyball in Namibia before us did a very good job, because initially volleyball was just nationalized, where you only have teams from Windhoek and a team from the north and a team from the south that was playing more of a national type. So they wanted to have each and every Namibian child to be able to play volleyball. So they introduced now regional associations where each kid can go to different regions, villages to play volleyball. And then that was now the 10-year strategical plan for NVF to say, let's go out to regions, let's forget about national, so that we have capacity from all the regions. When we get to national, then we have a feed in, you know. So that's what the NVF was doing in the past 10 years, embracing regional associations. As we speak, we have 7 active.
So we come to that.
So literally now, we are now moving to national.
Very good, very good. Lina, and then obviously in my script I've indicated that it is traditionally one of Namibia's sports that has seen both genders, male and female, equally compete in the sports. And here you are, and you one of the vanguard of volleyball. Your passion, just briefly, your passion, and you've been in the leadership for quite some time.
Okay, thank you very much. I count myself that I have a passion for sport, not only volleyball, but many different sport codes. I do support various sport codes, but the passion more lie with volleyball. I have been involved with volleyball since from school. First, when I started to play volleyball at school, it was kind of, what are we putting in our testimonial when we leave grade 12?
Extramural activity.
Yes, we heard there was something like that. Then I said, but I love volleyball on top. I love more volleyball on top of netball. Let's go try volleyball. I was one of my friends. So I was involved since from school. And after that, I kept developing the passion and the love of the volleyball. And I also developed the love of helping others to know what I know little. That time, if I can say that. So I am involved, and I have also contributed or encouraged women to join volleyball because of reasons. I think being a sport woman, you have more advantage, saying health-wise, mental-wise, even body-wise. When you come to sport and you look at women that are participating in sport, I will tell you, that lady, she's about 50. Then I will say, you are kidding me. She should be 30. So with that patient, I think I even have the opportunity also now to invite more women, not only to join volleyball, but any sport code that they feel they have more passion or they love. So saying that, yes, it's a good thing that women should also be part of sport.
Tobias, it's good. You know, normally we bring in administrators here and the listener wonders, Lina Mathews, who is she? And it's good that you gave us that a brief account of yourself. Tobias, the same applies.
Yeah.
your passion for volleyball, and then before we got into why we're here, and obviously your roles as the first vice president and the second vice president, your passion for volleyball.
Yeah, actually, this is coming from far. Back in high school, we were just students. We play soccer, we play athletics. You do everything, because you just want to get out of the hostel and the free time. So we had this Indian priest who was introducing volleyball to us. He was quite good, and we loved it. By that time, we are traveling out of school, we are going for tournaments. And then we came to universities, and then now that's where we meet now real volleyball. What you knew back then, it was actually something else. Yeah. And I saw myself growing as a player, playing for a national team. I saw myself as being a coach. I saw myself as managing clubs. I saw myself managing association. And here we are managing the federations. Back then, at home, even people know that when I'm not at home, I'm at volleyball. That's how they know. I was like, is that all you do? Yeah. Some of them even tease you, please go talk to the late Hage so you become a minister of sport. Yeah. Because it's what you do almost every day. So it's actually something that I wake up to. It's something that makes me happy. Yeah. And it gives you a purpose, So there's so much to volleyball, and I think everyone that knows his face knows that, okay, that's volleyball. Yeah.
Well, from what I pick up is that the president of the federation is out of the country. I'm not sure whether it's volleyball related or not, but if it is something personal, it's fine. If it is something volleyball, it will be good to talk about it. But let's Lina, give me your responsibilities as the first vice president of the federation.
Okay, thank you. I always make jokes to say my role or my level at volleyball being a first vice president is very easy. I just have to look at my boss and say, boss, what are we doing this? Okay. But however, I still have responsibility to make sure that all the rules and the regulations, all the structures are being followed. It should be in place. So, yeah, in short, I can say I just have to make sure that the stature of Namibia Volleyball Federation, from the association down to the clubs, down to the players, should be followed, and that's the way we should run volleyball.
And obviously, the rules and regulations and the laws of the NVF should be in conformity with the international body. Your roles.
Yes, as you know, we have a president, and the first vice is a vice to the president. So it means that I'm a vice to the second first vice.
Lady.
Yeah. Yes. So I'm more into development. So this includes schools leagues, and it also includes national participations. Like if we have to send a team abroad, and I'm also more on beach volleyball because that's one of the key factors. It's also falling, and then strategic wise, also I need to work out with the finance, as well as I need to be a core supporter to the technical director, and definitely to everything that she's doing. I also need to support on her. So that comes in my roles.
Well, just recently, the National Mobile Operator NTC announced the $3 million sponsorship agreement for the next 3 years. How grateful is the NVF leadership to that sponsorship agreement? Tobias, I was just noted to give a question to you.
Literally, that's tears of joy. So it's a news that the volleyball fraternity was actually expecting to hear for many, many years, and we are glad that MTC finally came on board. So if you go to volleyball platforms, the clubs, they already, even those that were not active, they are coming back to say, yeah, now we have more motivation. So you can tell that it's a wake-up call to volleyball, and not only to the players, even corporate functions are now calling, we are hearing you guys are partnering with MTC. They also want to be part of, everyone wants to be in a winning
part of the glamour.
Yes. So it's a big boost to us as in volleyball.
All right. So that announcement, just I think about 2 weeks ago, that announcement was made, and the modalities in terms of how you're going to structure the National League, which teams are going to participate in the National League. Talk to me about the different leagues that are currently ongoing. Starting off from the regional, we later on in the program talk about the school leagues and the grassroots development. But the structures to formulate the MTC, that would be known as the MTC
VNL.
Okay, very
Yes.
good.
So yes, what happens? We were actually dealing with a regional association. So it was our 10-year strategic. So we currently have 7 active regional associations, of which we have the main one. I like saying the main one because it's the one that has majority and more experience and all that, which is Central Volleyball Association, well known as CVA. This is operating within Commerce. Basically, just Windhoek.
Yeah.
It was supposed to include Rehoboth or Kanja, but it's more for this. And then we also have federations just in the coast, which is Erongo Volleyball Associations, and we have that includes now Swakop, Harvest Bay, Caribbean, Arandes. So it's a whole Erongo region.
Yeah.
And then we have an association down the all regions, at the north, Oshana, Omsati, Chikoto, as well as Angwena region. That's now Far North Volleyball Associations. At the same time, we also have Kavango Volleyball Association, and we have Zambezi Volleyball Associations, and then the Southern Volleyball Association, and the last one on the list, it's Central North. That's more for Tontonzupa region. So those are 7 associations that we mentioned now. We have a development association, which is Kunene. They don't have an active league, but they have activities that are going on. And we have a newly formed association that's starting only this year, which is now Kavango West. So we will not only have Kavango, but we are going to have Kavango East and Kavango West. So that's now a total of 9 associations that we are having. So the 7 associations, we're actually having active regional leagues for the many, many years that they've been coming out. And from these leagues, you always have champions and runners-up. So what we used to do from the regional leagues, we have a national cup, which was also sponsored by Bank Windhoek, and it's still being sponsored by Bank Windhoek for all the champions that are coming regionally to at least play for who is now the national glory. So the modality that we are now looking on, the MTC VNL, VNL is standing for Volleyball National League. So it's actually, the full name is MTC Namibia Volleyball National League. So we just call it MTC VNL. It's more fancy to say.
More fancy.
Yeah.
More sexy.
You can say that. Yes. So we are looking at the champions for 2023. So all the regional champions from all the 7 associations will be promoted or seeded to the National Volleyball League, which is now the VNL. It means that you have a spot remaining to make it, because we are only starting with 8 teams for the first season, and then from that's the aim. The one spot will be now given to the champions of the NVF Cup. So at least now you know that all the champions in the National Cup, they are now promoted, and then the other teams can stay at regionally, and then we are now sorting out the modality on promotion and relegations.
So you will have 8 male team and 8. Talk to me about the competency of the women league.
Okay, let me take that one. But before I answer that,
Yes.
I'll feel guilty if I don't also say something about the boost that we just got from MTC.
Oh, yes.
I can say it's really a dream that come true, because the National League, it has been one of our key points on the NVF structure. So when MTC came on board, everybody is happy from top to down. So we thank MTC very much, and I'm just saying that it was really a good thing that have happened, and it just make our life easier, so we can at least start with our National League, which is now MTC VNL. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead with that.
So that was really a good thing that have happened. Okay. Going back to say the competency of the women's participating or in volleyball. Way back when I started playing volleyball, we was also one of the national player. Not to say that really I was one of the, I was good, but I was one of the best. But looking at that time, we were a developing sport. We didn't really knew much. So when we participate outside the country, we were hardly winning a point.
Yeah.
So at least that was a foundation that the leadership have a pace up until now. But to say now, women in volleyball from Namibia, we are now known also at international levels. The level of playing, it have really improved. As I say, way back, we could only, we didn't even make it to come out of the group stage. But as we speak, we go to quarterfinal, semi-final, in finals. So volleyball with women in Namibia, it's really now have increased and have improved.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not much. It's known about the national or senior national women or men teams. That is the volleyball teams, and traditionally, for something that I've just observed, there are sports codes that do not feature at all in the annual sports awards, and volleyball is one of the sports codes that have absolutely not. If my memory serves me well, if I'm incorrect, correct me right now.
Yeah, you are talking about the NASA awards, right?
The NASA awards,
Oh,
yes.
no, we scoped 2 awards in a consecutive row.
When was that?
2023 and 2022.
2023 and 2023. You got an award from the sports awards?
Yes.
From the Dome?
Yes.
No, that's good. That's good. That's good. Yes. Talk to me about the competitions. Of course, now obviously with the sponsorship from MTC, there will be a positive boost towards the competency of the national team. Talk to me about the regional and the continental competitions that you will be taking part into.
Yeah. So what happens? We have many products in volleyball.
Yeah.
It starts with regional, because that's where it's coming from. So regional competition, it's within its own regions. Teams that are competing for regional glory so that they can make it to national level.
Yeah.
And then going forwards, we have now we also have some. We always have a tournament that's called DOC tournament.
Oh yes.
It's a yearly DOC tournament that's every year in March.
Yeah.
In Swakop in the Dome. It was a tournament that was introduced by 2 doctors, so that's why I call it DOC tournament.
Yeah.
And that's an open tournament for any club, either it's relegated or affiliated in regional associations, or still just play at that level. And now we have the MTC VNL. And after that, we also have the National Cup for the teams from regions. So what happens after that, that's now nationally.
Yeah.
So the teams, usually it was the winners of NVF Cup, which was the National Cup, were always seeded to the international competition, which we call it Zone 6. Zone 6 is just for the 10 SADC countries that we have. But now we need to relook at the modality, the introduction of the National League. It means that the national team has to be the one going further there. It's something that the board needs to approve. So the Zone 6 champions are always seeded to the African champions. So that's now within Africa.
Yeah.
And then usually our team haven't made it yet there. Although we always finish sometimes in top 4, that's the biggest achievement that we have made. The ladies back in the history in 2014 also made it at silver. And there was also a time the men made it silver. So we are looking, but now we are, with this new boost, we are looking at having a national league so we can actually excel and have a better competitive at these international facilities. And then obviously from Africans, it's now where you go for world champions until we got Olympics.
Talk to me about of course, you deal with the grassroots program. I want you to touch on the school leagues, how important, how key is the school leagues and the development of volleyball as a sport on a national scale.
Okay.
Lina?
Okay.
Or you don't deal with that?
No, it's
You
fine.
deal with it.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
On a scale of 10, I could say we are somewhere there, 6. Because why I say this, as we say, we have regional association that just Tobias have just mentioned it. So the modality is we encourage or we support the association to have the development team that is at schools. For example, I start with the Commerce Volleyball Association. They do have around 30 schools that the federation and the association is boosting to produce the coaches to go out to schools and coach those kids. Not that we have enough money to take care of the coaches reimbursement or something. They all do it on a voluntary basis in the love of the sport. So yes, we are doing that development at the school level, whereby we produce coaches and coach those kids with intention and hope that when we have the strong foundation, then we can boost to the national team. As well as it's happening at other regions that the clubs, the association are helping the teachers at school so that we can learn volleyball and we distribute volleyball all over the country.
So maybe just to add on that,
Yeah.
as an MVF, we have development partners. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, we're currently sitting at 15 development partners countrywide. These are people that have academies to develop kids. You know, like I can give an example. We have AfroCat here in Windhoek. It's at Ashipena. So all the kids just goes have to be trained. And then regardless you are from it, what school and age groups and all that. We have an academy in Okalongo, HL. We have an academy in Maltawe as well as in Gibeon. We also have one in Otapi. So we have so many academies, of which us as federations, we work with this because these are passionate people that just want to train kids. We provide equipment, if that we have, and then they have to train kids. Now, what we also have observed last year, Central Volleyball Association, because they are now more closer, I can say they are closer to everything.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
are more advanced comparing to all other. That's why they also have an efficient running school league, where they have a participation of 250 schools that are just participating in that. They have 4 categories of age, and it's all genders. So it's quite something that it's good. When you go there, it's a whole field full of kids, all playing and enjoying. What they have done, interesting, last year, they've made a bilateral games with Erongo Volleyball Associations. So the kids from here and the kids from that side went to go play at the Dome. It was more of a tournament. Now, what we learned from that as a federation, we want to make it not only between the 2 associations, but now we are going to have all the associations to have their academies going up, their schools, so we can always have a national league that of teams from everything coming out. And one of the things is also the NSSU, as well as the games that we're supposed to do, the youth games.
Oh yes, oh yes. So we're just about to ask the collaboration that you have with the NSSU.
Yeah.
If you could just dive into that too.
It's, I can say, because you don't want to say something publicly and then you'll be quoted on it. The relationship, it's working, just that we are not giving all efforts from all the sides so that we actually give these kids an opportunity. But we do collaborate on events, on how to help schools, equipments, on training. One of the things that we also did, we hosted teachers coaching courses. Like if you go to far deep in the regions, you want teachers are available, but they also don't know how to play volleyball. So as a federations, we are now going on to provide coaching clinics for teachers, so they will be able to train the kids, because all you need to do is just how to train the kids, and then when the kids grow, we'll take it over from there.
All right, it's Desert Radio. If you just tune in, talking to the vice president of the Namibia Volleyball Federation, Lina Mathews, and the second vice president, Mr. Tobias. And let's look at the issue of funding. And obviously, you have had that 3 million, 1 million a year, and one would want to know the estimate budget that the NVF has in implementing successfully the different programs. What is that estimate budget?
That's now overall.
That annual budget for the NVF to successfully implement its programs.
So what happens currently right now, the estimate that it has to be actual facts. We try to not much disclose because it's scary numbers. But if you look on it, we are looking on.
But it's important to to say it out loud, and so that the businessman that is listening to Desert Radio would be so this is what is happening. Yeah. This is the issues that you are certainly dealing with on a daily basis.
So what we look on, we are looking at an over 5 million budget per year. To do everything. This includes, one who say, hey, that's a lot of money. Yeah. So this includes from development first. For us just to host a national kids tournament, you need to transport these kids, you need to feed them, you need to cater everything in the venues. So that's already development. And then it also goes to say we need to send coaches in the regions just to go do development activities. They are touring the country. So that's a different budget. The development budget is already accounting almost to $1 million on its own. That's for schools and grassroots development. And then we also have now regional leagues budget, of which it's more catering on because you need empires to be well officiated, you need the coaches to be well capacitated, you need regional leaders to be well inducted. They should all do project management, they should all do management in sports. So that's what we are looking on. At the same time, you also need prize monies that actually also the teams will be like, hey, we are winning this. So that's also one of the budget item. We also have a national team project, not a national league, a national team.
Oh, yes.
So we are looking at our team going to do friendlies. They're going to Angola, they're going to Zim, they're going to Botswana, just for friendlies so they can actually pick up this experience. We are only for now targeting within Africa, because if you have to go far, then the budget even goes higher.
Yes.
And we are also having now African Championship, we are having continental championships, so the team to participate also. And then we also need to do local training camps. So that budget for the team is already at 1.6 million just for a national team, because it also involves tires, it also involves participations and everything. And then obviously players also need to be getting a certain allowance so that they feel that they're at the national stage. The budget, which is currently covered by MTC, it's now the national league. So only. So for MTC product, it's a national league. It's not yet limited to that. Obviously, MTC is very generous to say that these funds may be rerouted to some other aspects, because we have national obligations like development or support to associations or whatever that we do, so long as we just do a formal communication with them. So it's a core product, but we are, as a federation, we are not limited. We now need to strategize. What is it? What area is lacking? In Kunene, we need to probably train teachers. Okay, let's take a portion from this money and allocate it to that. So that's one of the flexibility that we have with the NTC sponsorship. And then also we have leaderships. One other thing, when I look at other, which shouldn't be a bad negative comment on other fraternities of federations, it's more leaders are being paid. They get allowance for sitting in meetings. They get, when you travel, you get all expenses paid. With the NVF, the leaders, it's not part of the budget. If I have to travel for an AGM, literally, I'm going to Swakop and it's 180 to take a bus, irregardless I'm driving in my car, I need to just get a 180 fare, you know. It's not to say you're going to sleep in the dome, which is quite expensive unless you top up yourself. So the budget of administrator is also not much included. You know, the SG is supposed to be full-time getting paid so that you do all this, but like she said, she's doing everything our VP1. She's just there at home, sometimes at work, stealing time from the official companies and all that. So the budget is quite an item line. But we are just managing, because we know you don't just jump on the highest ladder. You need to start slow by slow. There should be sacrifices and so forth methods.
Just to add on that, when Tobias say the budget is around about 5 million, one can say, wow, what an amount. It is a high amount when we say it. But when we come to put it into practice. It's really not still enough.
Peanuts.
Very much. But not we say we are ungrateful for the partners that are helping us. We're just trying to be reality, just to say the reality. And as Tobias said, we have a national team. That is a project that we wish to send so that we can just develop our national team. We also want to see Namibian volleyball somewhere there. So when we start with the Zone 6, which is now the qualifier from the national league to Zone 6. There's also a registration fee, and that money, that amount is really quite high. So it will fall part of that budget, and also of course the accommodation, the transport, the everything. So I think it's sport. It's really it's one of the organization that need money, so that it can improve the players and also the well-being of a Namibian child. And for doing that, we are also helping the kids not to be in the street. And I know from a sport ground, an athlete is one of the disciplined child. So if we can do that more, and if there's a Richmond there listening that, okay, let's try volleyball.
So good Samaritan.
Yes, please. We will welcome with open hand.
All right. I know that during the sponsorship announcement, there were that the MTC going to have an induction with how you're going to administer the sponsorship, what is need to it, what is required, and the issue of branding. And the issue of registration that just came up from Mr. T. Mekanjo, that he had so and so and so, some unfairness there, and so on and so forth. Talk to me when the actual kickoff will be. When is the registration already started? and the issue of branding. Of course, I've seen the players that were at the event, some branding of other institutions.
Yes, yeah. It's quite a process. It's a new product.
Yeah,
we are not ready for it because it's something that we've been planning for many years. So we already anticipated to say when someone comes on board and that someone happens to be MTC, we should be ready for that. So as we speak, usually our calendar is to run it for 8 months, which is March to October. That's a period of 8 months.
Yeah.
However, for the first year, we are only going to kick off in April. The main reason was for us to have a whole 2 months process of engaging the stakeholders, the clubs that will be part of the National League, because it's the first time they're playing it, so that we can do an induction on what is expected from them. Because we also don't want bad publicity. One of the main thing that we want to do is to uphold the promise that we have made to NPC. So we don't want tomorrow we are playing games and we are not turning up fixtures and things like that. So we need to strategize, and everyone should understand what they have to bring on the table. So our games will only start in April. As we speak currently now, the teams that will be partaking, the 8 males and the 8 females are already known. They also know themselves. You know that you're a regional champion.
Give us the names. Lina, can you give us the names of the teams that are...
Okay.
Pick up something.
Okay.
Yeah.
From the ladies team, ladies first, of course.
Oh, yes.
I'll start. We have Beerfold from Zambezi. We have Reverves Volleyball from Commerce.
Yes.
We have Ball Busters. That is from Kavango.
Katima.
Sorry, Katima. Namibia Navy from Rongo Volleyball, which is Vaves Pai. 6 Star from Ondangwa. Nampol Ochozonjupa from Northern Central Volleyball Association. Commerce Nampol from CVA, as well as Kudos. Those are the 8 female team that we anticipated to start with the MTCVN now.
And the male team, are they more or less the same?
The males team.
Yeah,
Tobias can take it on.
Definitely, we do have the champions of the North. That's Namibian Correctional Services. Mr. T made a comment to say they are a strong team, not only in netball, not only in soccer, they are also stronger in volleyball. And we also have UNAM hard hitters. The institution is represented. This one is coming from Katima, Zambezi, as well as Nampol Ochonzozupa. They are coming on both genders. They are the champions on male and female within the Central North. We have Costa Warriors. It's a team coming from Erongo Volleyball Associations, as well as Commerce Nampol. You have had also Commerce Nampol in the ladies, as well as in the men categories. That shows that the 3 powers, they're actually doing well. We also have Cavalry Eagles. This is from Rundu, Kavango, and we have Ketman's Correctional Facilities in the south. They are the champions of the south, as well as we have NDF Raptors. The NDF Raptors were back known as NDFA because NDF has 2 teams within the central, Binduk. So now the Raptors, they are now the ones that were more second best from the NDF Cup. That's why they succeeded to be in this. So it's quite a well represented from all the regions. There's a team from each. So we are not going to have comment to say, no, it's just a Windhoek-based league. So this is a national-based league, which is coming from all the regions.
Omaheke is nowhere in this equation.
Omaheke, we have a development project. It's not yet an association. It's just a development.
Just like Kunene?
Yeah, just like Kunene. Mainly like Leonardville, we have a Uranium 1 group, which is really supporting development within the Omaheke regions. We also have an academy by an old starter that used to play volleyball back then, but he just want to help the community. So we are hoping in 3 years' time, once they see what's happening this year, they will definitely come on board.
The resignation of the technical director, and Tenda's resignation is, probably will be part of the NVF on the sideline. How is the leadership? A very key portfolio in the development of any sports. What is the status quo? Is that vacation? Is that portfolio a vacant, or are you headhunting for a technical director?
Yeah, currently yes, we are hunting for the technical director. It was if we could have reject that resignation, I believe my leadership could agree with me to say, no, technical director, you are not going anywhere.
Yeah.
But as a human being, we have different responsibilities.
Exactly.
And he gave his reasons as to why he have to leave, not with a bad heart, but for equal important other responsibility that he have to take on. But it is a vacant, and it's really a key position.
No, it is the key because of the National League that is about to kick off in April.
Yes, so it is now in the hand of the Board of Administration to make sure, because that position, it's not been elected, it's someone that have to appoint based on his expertise and experience. So we are hunting for the best technical director, and we still have the positive, and with the promise for our previous technical director that he didn't run away. He is still there when we need some advice, for sure. We will run behind him. So yes, we are looking at that.
What are some of the benefits that the Federation gets from the international body? Are you affiliated to the international body?
Yes.
Where? What are some of the assistance, not benefits, but assistance that you get?
Yeah, we with the CAVB, which is a mother body, and then we have our greatest one, which is FIVB now. You know, in soccer it's FIFA.
Yes.
So it's FIVB. They are there to support national federations. So what happens? They have different programs, of which us as federation just need to request, and then it should be subjected to approval. We have benefited whereby we have coaching courses coming from level 1. We also have a level 2 coaching course approved for this year. We have a referee course that's just taking place now in March, and FIVB coach will be coming to teach our referees on how to do it. We received also equipments like balls, volleyball system nets. We also have these floor mats, like, you know, if you go to the dome, we get these mats. So we have received one that's just currently earmarked for the northern region. It's an outdoor mat, so if you go in on Dangwa tennis court, you'll see that the surface will be much better. So we also do exchange programs and things of that nature. So the FIVB, it's there. I think in the past it was just, you know, it's like you are told request when you want and then we approve. So it was from us as a federation to constantly request. We have seen the report for the past 2 years. There are certain countries that put in like 100 requests. Some countries only put in 1 request. Some countries don't even put on anything. And then tomorrow will be like, oh, FIB is not supporting. So we as a federations, I can see we are doing very well because we are utilizing our process, and we have to be grateful that all the requests that we have made in the past 5 years have been always approved.
Well, the late president has been talking about the Namibian House, and he talked about inclusivity, and I've seen quite a few sports coach, cycling, notably cycling and athletics, that have been very inclusive in terms of allowing, you know, para athletes, you know, to be part of their events. We've seen para athletes doing basketball, you know, wheelchair bound. How are the practicalities in having wheelchair-bound volleyball players?
Okay.
Lina?
Yeah, thank you for that. It's very good that we all think of inclusivity. We all human beings, and also at Namibia Volleyball Federation, we have that department that is dealing with if I can say disability people. We have a sitting volley. So sitting volley. So actually it will be a different level net, the height and everything, and the court as well. But I'm talking under correction. I cannot give the measurement of the court, but we do accommodate such. We have started a few years back. We had even a sitting director, and the motivation that we gave, we said, even you are able body, we can sit and join those that are unable to stand. Or it's something, we can call it's a baby, something that we just have to push harder so that we can bring it up. But it is in our structure, and we have tried.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you are trying.
To add on that,
Yeah.
When my VP once said we tried some few years ago, I'm not sure if it's in 2017 or 16, we did send 4 candidates for this training to be coached as sitting volleyball coaches. So we currently have qualified sitting volleyball coaches to do development in Namibia. The only, like she said, it's a baby just now.
I dedicate this song
In 2018 to all that. So I think as a federation, we also need to just step a bit on it. But we once also did in CVA where we just demonstrated solidarity, where people have to just sit and then play and all that, so you can motivate others to come and watch. Yes.
One other observation, obviously, is the number of sport codes, 50 plus, that are affiliated to the Sports Commission, concerned by the minister when I have on my show, is the where the different different sport codes operate. Where is your physical office?
It's at we have our office which was given to us at Katura Youth Complex.
Katura Youth Complex.
There's a pavilion there just next to a boxing academy for 2 years. Next to Sunshine. So our office is just next to that.
So those that would want to, I don't know. Of course, not everybody wants to be a player, but you can play, or you can have different roles.
Yes.
And yeah, what is it that you would want to tell somebody who's interested in training volleyball, probably as a coach, or of course you spoke of coaching courses and so on and so forth. Inspire and talk to that listener on how to get hold of.
We have quotes to say volleyball is a lifestyle. Let's keep the ball flying. And we have also where we say volleyball is for all. So what we mean here at volleyball, it does not mean of your age. VP one was saying that as a lady, it keeps you fit. As a man, you can be 50 years old, you'll be still playing volleyball. You can be 60 years old. We have a gentleman, Mr. Martens Kraft. He's probably 60 something, but when you see him on court, he looks like a 20-year-old boy.
Don't say.
Yeah. So we are actually encouraging everyone to come to play your part as a player, as a coach, as a mentor, as a father. Even parents to athletes, you need to be part of volleyball.
Yeah.
You need to come and see how your kid is playing, because your kid will be more, oh, my dad is also watching me playing here. Let me even play better. Oh, my big brother is here to watch me. Oh, my son is watching me play. So those are motivations that we need to do. Some you can come as a stakeholder. Probably you are more good at strategic project management planning. You can come and advise, oh guys, I see this, it's going in a bad directions. So we're actually expecting us to all craft this, because we're actually doing it for a future. I always tell people when 2 ladies, the Glory of Namibia, were doing well at the Olympics, they were running and everyone was happy. The nations, if you go to work, people stop what they are doing to just watch for 10 seconds.
Yeah.
It's because they were performing well at a bigger stage. If we all collate and then we do this, in 10 years, we are also going to sit and watch these young boys and young girls that we're actually giving an opportunity to do. So I think let's make it a lifestyle for everyone.
Yeah.
Okay, just to add on that, come on, Namibian volleyball is for everyone. It's a lifestyle. Yeah. My plea is also not only that I'm sitting in the studio, it's something that we are hoping and wishing that at least if we can get administrators, the leaders that are not directly involved with clubs, we will appreciate that. A coach that just coach. But now you will see that they are the players, they are their coaches, they are the administrator, they are doing everything. Players should concentrate to train and perform in the court. Administration should be on its own. What I'm pleading and asking, and if there is anybody that is wishing to be part of volleyball, they are very much welcome. Not only to play, but to do different things, the roles of being a leader. We are visible on social media. Volleyball is there. There is contact details all over the regions. We are from almost the 14 regions country, there's always a representative. That's my plea.
Well, that is the voice of the first Vice President of the Namibia Volleyball Federation, Lina Mathews, and Second Vice President Tobias Mwatelulo. Thank you so much for gracing the rink, and always a pleasure having you guys and giving you guys that platform and so that we engage. And with that, we've come to the end of our program, The Rink. We'll be joining you, or you'll be joining us again next week Friday on a different topic.
Voice of Reason. This is Mzwakembulu. You're listening to Desert Radio 95.3 all the time. Wisdom embedded. You have no choice but to tune in.